And so now, again, here we are, like, the war's over, and now we have this new Azerite, and militarily speaking, Sylvanas was like, okay, we have this Azerite, we don't know what all it can do, it's fairly powerful, like, but anyway, and so Darnassus sends his fleet down to support the Alliance operations in Silithus, and she realizes that this is the new big thing. We can't just let the Alliance have it. And so Darnassus, as the last big Alliance stronghold, because remember, Theremore's gone, and it's like the Night Elves are the biggest threat to the Horde, and Darnassus is the largest, and because people have talked about, like, and it's kind of that whole joke, like, well, Horde doesn't really, or the Blizzard doesn't really care about the Burning Crusade capitals, because we keep, oh, I don't want to go to Black Fathom Depths. I'm just going to ignore this one. Stop tracking. Okay, so that, oh, they don't care. But if you really think about it, like, Silver Moon isn't really that big of a deal anyway, and, the Exodar isn't that big of a deal anyway, especially since, like, a big chunk of it, and people brought this up, like, a big chunk of it was used to make the Vindicar. So it's really not, it's not that big. There's no real reason to worry about it. Compared to, again, Darnassus, which is this place where, like, practically all the elves live. So it's the big threat. And so she attacks it. Because, I mean, the Azerite is down here. The Azerite's down here. It's up here. And the rest of the Alliance is all the way over here, even though you think, like, why can't they just sail this way? Like, I mean, I get that there's probably, I mean, pretty sure this is a whole nother huge ocean. Like, it's just like, oh, why can't, well, because they have to sail across a whole nother ocean. Which, again, makes, like, why can't they just go this way? But Stormwind's here. And so Stormwind would have to, you'd still have to go all the way around, and then, but, like, it's super easy for the Night Elf Navy, and without Darnassus, like, what is the Night Elf Navy going to be using? I'm supposed to, yeah, I'm gonna hop on this wagon, and is just the logical military target. And so this is where we talk about the point where time gating, I think, really hurt them, because it's like you're playing through half of a chapter and then you just stop, and then you have to wait a whole week to get to the conclusion of that chapter. So you're like, oh, okay, so we're going to attack, we're going to take Ashenvale, and then we're going to go up the Dark Shore, and then just stop for a week. And I also think, and then I kind of want to talk about the fact that I think Blizzard missed a whole bunch of good opportunities. So this is where we can talk about how, so she's all like, okay, we have to stop the Alliance. We have to stop this war before it really starts. And to do that, we have to break the Alliance morale. And so if we're going to break the Night Elf morale, how exactly are we going to do that? Well, one way is we can just kill Malfurion Stormrage. Aha! That makes total sense. And so, like, she kind of goes up into Darkshore to kill Malfurion. And so she gets this opportunity, and I never really understand this scene. And of course, maybe that's the fact that I'm influenced by the fact that I'm playing a rogue right now. But, so, here she is doing battle with Malfurion, and we come upon it with, our good boy Saurfang, and there's this whole thing where, like, he heroic throws and hits Malfurion and downs him, which, again, I like to point out, I would love, if I'm playing a warrior, for my heroic throw to down anything. That is just, like, awesome. Like, when you just talk about how awesome that is, that he just, like, one shots Malfurion with a heroic throw. And then he, like, just gets all, like, sad about it. And it's like, oh man, it's like, it's not like it was really. And we like, is it because it's one-on-one combat and he's interrupting it and he shouldn't have interrupted it, or is it the fact that he did it, of course, did it from behind, which again I don't think is necessarily like. And then people are like, well, the honorable thing is to fight face to face, blah blah blah. I was like, well, no, it's like, show me necessarily where it actually says that it's honorable to fight someone face to face. I mean, I think we could talk about how like sneaky it is that he didn't announce himself. At which point, like, we could argue, like, then why didn't he announce himself? Why didn't he do like a big huge roar and then charge in to save his war chief? Which is, I think, the thing that you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be saving the war chief. And
what do you need for the Horde?
Okay, let's see here. What is... Oh, kidney shot. I'll just leave it right there. Just been kind of waiting for that because... Oh. I actually didn't realize it changed uniform. That's actually kind of cool. It's been a while since I've leveled through here. And I probably never noticed that. And then he's so sad about it that he doesn't he doesn't follow the orders and execute the enemy. Which then we talk about, like, why didn't Sylvanas just do it? And then I'm thinking as the player character, like, why don't I just do it? Like, if you can't do it, why don't I do it? And then it ends up that whole scene that I don't think anyone really likes, where, like, Tyrande comes out and she's like, oh, husband, I'm gonna completely abandon my people so I can save, my husband. Because that's what I should be doing. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. And so, and then there's no fallout from it directly. And so, like, I think it's kind of hinted that one of the reasons why she decides to burn the tree is, one, that she's trying to make a statement here and break the enemy morale, but also we could talk about, well, if her point of breaking the morale was she wanted Malfurion's head, and then she doesn't get it, like, why are there no consequences for that? And there's no, like, she doesn't chew him out, doesn't anything, and it really kind of shows the fact, I think, that we have two different people, or two different groups, like the people who are making the cutscene and the people who are writing everything else. And there's, like, this disconnect. Like, I feel like she should be making a statement that if she's, like, in some sense punishing Saurfang for not following her orders, even though, like, she doesn't know, other than the fact that he doesn't show up Malfurion's head like she wants. Like, there's none of that interaction there, and I think that was a missed opportunity. And then another missed opportunity is the fact that I felt that there should have been an actual battle in Darnassus. It would have been cool. And everyone I've mentioned that to was like, yeah, that would have been, I will agree with you, that is a good idea. Like, that would have been awesome, having this kind of battle, like, in Darnassus. Like, why did we not do this? It would have been awesome. And I'm like, yes, it would have. Like, come on. Like, Blizzard, like, why couldn't you have given us that? Like, it would have been a cool thing. And then, like, so we battle in Darnassus, and we do all this kind of stuff, and, like, and then we burn it. Like, not, like, we soundly defeat the enemy, we drive the Night Elves off, like, killing a bunch of them, and then we set it on fire. Like, it would have been this great, awesome battle, and you could have done, like, this whole thing where you start off, like, okay, get in the attack helicopters, and let's just go, and, like, we'll torch their navy on our way in, and we'll just charge our way in, and just, like, get in and just, like, just destroy crap. Or, like, hop on the airship and we'll fly up because I think the nest is like supposed to be up in the branches, right? And like we'll have this big air battle, and then like we'll fly into the city, and then we'll like land and just like wreak havoc and loot and kill and then just torch it, just torch the whole thing.